What's up, guys? It's Ivory. For today's videos, I had a lot of people asking me to make another comparison video. This time they want to see Marco versus Sengoku. They've been asking me for like about 2 weeks, or a certain person's been asking me, so I was like, why not? I'll make it. So let's compare Marco and Sengoku, shall we? Let's get down to the business. So, excuse me. Looking at their first skills, we're gonna look at their max skills for this situation. Line attack: if enemy friendly unit's HP is below 50%, use icy flames to deal 103% damage. Heal friendly unit with lowest HP and himself for 200% based on attack. Right? Otherwise, use red flame to deal 155% damage, which cause a burn effect. And you guys know what burn does, right? This only activates, right, if any friendly unit HP is below 50%. And so if that's the case, then he's going to heal for 200%. But if that's not the case, then he's going to do an AoE attack, which has a 90% burn chance. So that's Marco's first ability. Sengoku's attack targets. I don't know what that was. Attack targets to mid and rear, deal 128% damage, 50% chance to reduce target's attack by 20%, last 1 turns. Alright, if we're comparing off the base of first ability, Marco wins this battle, just for the simple fact that Marco first ability has 2 options to it, and both options are real good. So the first option being, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm hearing something. So the first option being Marco getting that either the red flame or him getting the healing ability, right? So those are the 2 options for Marco. Whereas Sengoku, where he's gonna do units attack minus 20%, which is also good, but the only disadvantage to his attack in Marco is Marco's AoE, and Marco's effect is also higher, and then Marco also has that healing effect to him for a teammate and himself. But the only downside to him getting that healing is the icy flame isn't going to do as much damage, but his regular attack, if the healing doesn't happen, right, it's going to do a lot of damage and cause burn. So first attack, Marco. Passives. Sengoku's, he's going to be getting HP plus 40%, defense plus 15%, speed, which is, it's okay. It's not really needed, right? But then another passive is when he's being attacked, 40% chance to reduce attackers attack by 20%, which lasts 2 turns. So the benefits of that is after this 1 turn, right? If this actually happens, right? After that 1 turn is over, he has another chance to debuff them again. But the only thing about these debuffs, they can be purged. Same thing goes with burn, right? Let's go to his blue flame. HP plus 35%, attack plus 15, debuff resist. Debuff resist is a good ability. The only thing about debuff resist, if you're not really gonna notice the difference if it's this low, right, of a percentage. Maybe if it was 50%, right, the chance of him getting debuff would be lower. It would be nice. Attack increase is nice for because he's a tank, right, and his first skills it implies, but that HP that he's getting is real low. Whereas Sengoku, where he's getting more HP, he's getting defense, so you can just see from his passive is building him to be tanky. That speed isn't really something I would like him to have, but it's there, right? But the other thing that's in his ability that's nice is when being attacked, that 40% chance to reduce attackers. So if we had to pick who wins the second battle of passives, definitely Sengoku, just for the simple fact that he gets what you want in a tank, defense and more HP, whereas Marco doesn't get it, but the attack plays a big role in his skills doing more damage. Let's go to Rebirth, basically. Regenerates 5.0 HP per turn. If get kills, instantly revive with 55% of HP. Increase damage reduction by 30%. Last 2 turns. This effect can be activated once per battle. The best thing about this Rebirth effect is it doesn't interfere with regular revive. So say the first time he gets killed, he revives himself. The second time he gets killed, he can be revived by somebody like Yvonne or Crocus, which is real nice. Or even Boa support. So you have that as a another card up your sleeve. The simple fact that he's gonna he's gonna regenerate his own HP 5% every turn. While he's alive. When he gets killed, he's basically getting half of his health back, which is nice. When he gets killed, usually he probably gets killed end of the turn, mid turn. So when he gets revived, he's probably going to get healed by your support. When he comes back, he increases damage reduction by 30%. That's the only sad part. He has to get killed for his damage reduction to go up. I wish it went up every turn, but that would be broken. When we go into Sengoku's skill, attack front target and deal 272% damage, grant an immunity shield to all teammates, last 2 turns. So when you're looking at who has the better skill in this scenario, Sengoku's shield is very great. It's immune to these attacks, DOT attacks. So basically, hold on. Oh, hold on. No, it doesn't. DOT, counterattack, or reflection does not count. So basically, Marco can do burn, and burn would not be immune because burn actually counters this skill. So that's nice. Or Rayleigh's skills or having a reflection hockey on here would also counter this damage block, which is nice information to know, right? The only thing here that we're seeing is Sengoku's damage is insane, right, in this section, which is real nice. But he's only attacking a single target, which at the same time still isn't as useful as Marco's AoE that he's going to be doing. But that immunity shield to all teammates that lasts 2 turns is very great to be immune to all damage except these certain ones, right? And looking at it, it seems like Marco's skill plays more of a role to him than to the team. So if we're looking at it from a tank perspective, Sengoku's definitely doing a better job at shielding the team and being tanky, while Marco's doing the better job of being a pesky tank, right? Let's go into their last and final skill. Buddha form. At the beginning of each round, grants a shield that can take 200% damage based on attack. Damage to another friendly unit with lowest HP, highest attack, and himself lasts 1 turn. So basically, Sengoku will give a shield to the person with the lowest HP, the highest attack, and himself that can take up to 200% of damage, last 1 turn. But this happens at the beginning of each round. So basically, Sengoku and certain teammates will be getting a shield, which the shield is nice, but the shield, one thing you really got to think, the shield really doesn't mean anything if your healer gets killed. You're just having the shield just prolongs your death. If I had to pick what was the best ability out of Sengoku's, I would definitely say it's this one, just for the immunity shield actually blocks all damage, while shield does take up to 200% amount of damage, which is pretty high when maxed. You can still actually take damage from having shield on. Just looking at shield, let's see. I just want to see the difference of that. Is it 12% of max HP? I can't even do the math on that. But it's really nothing different from having, basically a max shield on your team. You will still take damage. It's just you won't take as much damage. So basically, that's the use of shield right there. Going to Marco's Revenge Flame. When being attacked, if there's any friendly unit for debuff, 100% chance to cleanse 1 debuff for all team members, can be activated once per turn. Now, in my opinion, this is his best ability, other than his healing, just for the simple fact that if you ever played this game, done a PvP, PvE, there's always going to be somebody on your team that's going to buff one of your units at the start of the match, whether it's silence, chaos, static, poison, burn, or anything of that sort, right? He's going to cleanse 1 debuff for all team members, so that's amazing. So all team members can, if they're in taunt, that get cleansed. This happens when he's being attacked, so basically every round this happens. Oh, it could be only, so every round, even though it can only be activated once per turn, but basically it's going to happen every round. So every round, your team shouldn't be having any debuffs to them. That's in my opinion, that's better than shield, just for the simple fact that, remember, the immunity shield, you won't take damage. But if I was to attack you with Marco, that burn will still be put onto you. So that burn will still be in your possession, and you'll still be taking those 15% of damage per turn because you have a debuff on you. The same thing goes to shield. Now, if we're looking to see who's a better tank in this situation, if I have to say a tank, then we're really going with Sengoku. It's definitely a no-brainer. Simple fact that he's getting more he's getting more defense off the bat from his passive. He's giving himself and his teammates 2 shields, one that blocks all damage, one that partially blocks damage, and it happens every round. But if we have to decide who plays a better supportive role in a team, then we're really looking at Marco, just for the simple fact that he causes burn. That can be a good team comp for certain people like Ace, who does more damage when somebody's in burn, or Sakazuki. Just if you plan to do that, even though that's not the meta, but those are options you have, right? The simple fact that he does an AOE attack, he heals, and then a simple fact that he's also pesky, healing himself, and he revives himself, and then he increases damage when he's revived. And then for the simple attack that also he's just cleansing every turn. So he's really a pesky tank if you're really looking at that, and he's a supportive tank. He's not gonna be somebody like Sengoku, who's probably guaranteed to stay alive stronger, but builds are a thing, right? You can build them a certain way for him to have more durability, right? Just like Sengoku. Because even though the shield on Sengoku is very effective, I am a fan favorite of the personal healing and the cleanse and the burn. I feel that he plays the attackive and the support role as a tank very nicely. So it's like having a defense character who can basically stay alive on his own. So basically here where I would have to, make sure that I have a good healer, make sure he's very defensive, right? In this situation, I just got to make sure that he has a good support team behind him, because his job is really to just stand there, take the damage, heal himself, cleanse his team, and cause burn to the other team. But there's not, in this argument, it's not really who's the better tank. They're both real good. It's just based off what you want in a tank. Because I know a lot of people ask me, Ivory, who's the best tank or who's better between these two. It's really up to you. I think I thoroughly explained the difference between both of them enough to where you can decide which one you would want to have. But if you still don't know which one you want to have, just ask me in the comments. I can explain more, or I can explain why it would fit your team or your liking. But if you're looking for ruins to give any one of them, if you can get this heal and defense on your Marco or Sengoku, use it. If you can get defense, use it. Those are definitely the best ones to get for ruins. But anyway, I'm out. Thanks for watching the video. It's been pretty long, but this was a long video. I'm out.